This week on r/TIFU.
I have crippling depression.
Stay till the end to find out what happens when. Today I fricked up by trying to tell my parents about Jeff Epstein's suicide. Today I fricked up by complimenting a girl's skirt.
Are you mad, bro? Tell me what you're mad for.
Happened a couple weeks ago. I was at a party and saw a girl across the room. She was wearing a skirt, holding a drink in one hand and had the other hand in her pocket. I saw her skirt, thought to myself how cool that skirt is having pockets. A lot of women I know complain about not having pockets, so this is a very progressive thing. A bit later, I got around to talking to her. I complimented her skirt, and how pockets in a skirt is great. She looked very confused, said my skirt doesn't have pockets, why would you think that? I mentioned that I had seen her earlier with her hand in her pocket. Her face went bright red and revealed that her hand was amputated. What I thought was her hand in her pocket was her stump resting against her hip. I apologized immediately, but luckily she thought it was funny, because she'd never heard that comment before. I'm still dying inside though.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Today I fricked up by chilling at my friend's place while she wasn't home.
You are fake news.
My friend Jenna moved into a nice, new condo last month and I finally got a chance to check it out for the first time today. I ended up arriving before she got home from work, so she told me to let myself in with the spare key under the potted plant and to make myself comfortable. I made myself a sandwich and was meandering around eating and checking out her swanky new place when the front door opened and a really large and unfamiliar man with a duffel bag came in. Dude was intimidating and I'm a 4 minutes and 11 seconds woman, so I was immediately scared. He looked shocked to see me. I'm looking at his duffel bag and realizing that I surprised some piece of shit burglar. I panicked and threw my sandwich at his face and then locked myself in the bedroom. I am shaking and he pounds on the door yelling at me to get the frick out. I start screaming at him to get the frick out and that I'm calling the police. Total bluff, because I didn't have my phone. He then yells back that he is calling the police on me. This gives me pause. At this point, I look around and realize the bedroom I'm in definitely appears to be of the male persuasion. I ask him through the door if he knows Jenna, last name. He tells me yes, she is his next door neighbor. Well, apparently, Jenna's neighbor also keeps a spare key under a potted plant. So, today I fricked up by letting myself into my friend's neighbor's place, smacking him in the face with his own sandwich and then screaming at him to get the frick out of his house.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Today I fricked up by genuinely forgetting I had a joint in my pocket and trying to board a plane in Amsterdam and getting caught.
Do it!
So this literally just happened 30 minutes ago. I would freely and happily admit if I tried this on purpose as a warning to others, but legitimately fricked up here. Came with a couple of friends for the weekend to Amsterdam for a birthday. It's a great city, pretty to look at and loads of fun. I am sure most people know the Dutch have decriminalized the use of weed and you can visit coffee shops and buy and smoke joints. Had a fun party night last night in town. Went to some coffee shops, got stoned, went to some bars, danced at a club. Had a great night, but only a couple of hours sleep. In a rush packing this morning, a slept-through alarm, I put on last night's jeans on with a joint in plastic tube in pocket, front weird pocket in front of main pocket, leftover from last night. Got to airport in reasonable time considering slept-through alarm. Rushed towards security when suddenly this hideous sensation of my stomach dropping, like in a falling lift, did I ditch that joint. At this stage my rucksack is going through the scanner and the airport staff are guiding me through a body scanner tube that you stand still in with your hands in the air, whilst something revolves around you. Sir, do you have anything in your pockets, says the customs lady as she steers me towards the body scanner. Holy freaking shit, what to do? I'm still not 100% at this point if there was a joint in my pocket or not. Do I come clean? No way, too late for that. Got to try and style this out, as pocket might actually be empty. Go to tube, put hands up, get scanned no problem. But Schiphol Airport has policy, possibly because of weed, frisk everyone as soon as out of scan tube. I'm asked to put my hands in air again as airport guy starts to frisk intensely all over. I'm sweating bullets and my scrambled mind is trying to remember the hazy details of last night's outing. Did I smoke that joint? Airport guy's hands pats pocket. I feel object being pressed into hip. Frick frick frick. Sir, empty your pocket please, says airport guy. My partner in the meantime has passed security and is watching on. In slow motion I see the penny drop on his face. I dig into that weird front mini pocket and pull out a small joint in a plastic tube, as sold in coffee shops, of my pocket. Audible gasps come out of other passengers in queue behind me. I feel my face turning almighty red and feel the room getting a bit spinny. I am dying inside. I say to pat down guy, oh god, I am really sorry, I forgot that was in THUH. Sure, that's what they all say, laughs airport pat down guy loudly. I am placed to one side. Customs security is called over, was left to nerve shredding 30 minutes before he turned up. Just gonna take this moment and opportunity to say the Dutch are a freaking fabulous bunch of people. Customs man comes over and takes one look at me quivering, near to tears, and says, don't worry sir, don't look so scared. You are 20th today and you won't be last. I'm sorry you have a government at home that is so restrictive, but unfortunately I can't let you leave Amsterdam with this joint as you will get in trouble at home. I almost wept with relief. I was made to sign a form to say he'd taken joint off me, and that was it. I'm in a bar in Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam having a drink to steady my nerves. To all you Dutch, bless your hearts. You're the best. I'm sorry I was a hot mess and added to the problem of being a dumb freaking tourist. Today I fricked up by making such a disgusting smell from my butt it evacuated a courtroom.
Do it!
So this happened about 5 hours ago. So today I woke up and had really painful cramps due to the deadly woman's monthly cycle, mixed with some spiced chicken that hadn't set right in my belly all night. I go to the toilet about 3 times before work this morning, but it seized off a bit, so take tablets, grin and bear it, then leave for work. Now my job is working within the prison system and escorting prisoners to certain places, including courts. This is where it all went downhill. I had to escort this prisoner over to the witness box and stand next to her, open court, so I do my usual, but my tummy has started to really hurt again. I'm trying my absolute best to put off a fart which I know is brewing, but can't hold it much longer. So I do a really silent one and pat myself on the back thinking I had got away with it. That is until the prisoner starts coughing and retching and shouting, what the fricks, that I quickly realize what it must be, but can't admit to such a foul, putrid smell, so start crinkling my nose as well and gagging. The admin clerk walks slightly closer and retches so hard she had to swiftly put her head in the bin. By this point it's getting loud and chaos is starting to ensue, not what you want in court, in front of the district judge. He quickly tells me to take the prisoner back over to the closed dock and states it must be the pipes. He stands down the whole of court and makes maintenance come in to check all the pipes for any leaks, cracks, anything which could have made that smell happen. Prisoner still has watery eyes, him pretending to gag, and the clerk is sipping water next to a bucket.
Are you mad, bro? Tell me what you're mad for.
Today I fricked up by trying to tell my parents about Jeff Epstein's suicide.
You are fake news.
This literally just happened and I've decided to lock myself in my room until further notice. I was surfing through my newsfeed this morning and I happened to see news articles that Jeffrey Epstein, rot in hell, has committed suicide. Now, my family and I all talk about current events and politics. My parents were up and about getting ready for the day, so I figure I'll go tell them the news. Their door was cracked open, so there's the frick up. I walk in, and am greeted by the sight of my mother blowing my dad. As I hear my mum say, "Do you mind?" I immediately walk the other way, and back downstairs to my room. all the while trying to burn away what I just saw. They leave for the weekend at noon, and I have no plans on seeing them again this morning.